Doctor. I'd like to introduce Hugh from Wales, who has multiple sclerosis. Good morning, Hugh.
A very good morning.
Could you tell us when you first started to notice MS symptoms?
MS symptoms probably around the year 2000. I had tiredness and problems with walking, and over a period of about 2.5 years I went through various tests, which included MRI scans and other sort of scientific approaches, and there was little or no progress in determining what the problem was. And then one of the consultants I was being referred to decided, well, okay, let's do a lumbar puncture and establish some more facts. And it was from this particular process that he determined that I had antibodies in the spinal fluid, and as he put it, that sort of underpinned the fact that it was multiple sclerosis. Now, from then on, I was dealt with by various consultants who prescribed various medication, amitriptyline, pregabalin, and I have to say, whereas there was some effect in terms of the pain relief, my sort of thinking power was reduced. In fact, I felt almost in sleep mode more often than not, and this countered my normal sort of persona. Mm-hmm. So a neighbour of mine who was very interested in my welfare, as it were, and she'd done some research, and she came across the LDN, which was being sort of talked about, and suggested that I might follow this particular route. Well, thanks to the help of the lady I'm speaking to now, Linda Elsgood, I had some information, and I was able to obtain through private prescription some supplies of LDN, and I've been taking that now for the last 3 years plus. I have to say, I'm not claiming it to be a miracle cure, not by any means, but I followed the advice given and introduced the dosage gradually, and got up to a maximum of 4.5 milligrams per day, which is as prescribed. I did find adversely in this particular case that I did suffer initially from what I would describe as rather bizarre dreams at night. So again, through advice, I reduced the dosage to 3 milligrams, which is the level I'm at now. And I have to say that the most noticeable thing, and this is borne out by family members, that my positivity levels are very much controlled and maintained. I sleep considerably better, and generally the glass is half full rather than half empty. So from that point of view, I'm extremely grateful for the availability of LDN through the services provided by Dixon Chemist of Glasgow, who provide a wonderful service with a very friendly customer attitude, which is extremely well received, to say the very least.
Mm-hmm. And how old were you when you were diagnosed, Hugh?
Let me just think now. I'm 71 now. I was diagnosed formally in 2004, but I think in retrospect, I'd probably been suffering the symptoms for probably something like 4 to 6 years before that.
Mm-hmm. So before you actually started LDN, what symptoms were you experiencing?
Well, I had walking difficulties, muscle fatigue, and I don't really want to overstate this, but it is, as I felt it, an extreme state of mental fatigue. I describe it as painful. Right.
Did you have any eyesight problems, bowels or bladder, or
bladder problems still exist, and when I say problems, it's the frequency of bladder relief, which is more of a nuisance and obviously interrupts sleep. But it's a bit of a variable, and you try to avoid anything which is diuretic, tea, coffee, and all that type of thing, which is unfortunate because I do enjoy a cup of tea and a cup of coffee. But there we go, small sacrifice, I'd say.
What would you say to other people who are contemplating trying LDN?
I would say, without hesitation, try it. Follow the advice. Introduce your dosage gradually. And please, just try it. It's made a difference to me. I'm now 71 years of age, and I still lead a reasonably active life. I have a pleasant sort of relationship with people. In fact, I still, when I say work in inverted commas, I help my son who's in business, and I do his accounting work, which helps my brain activity to sort of stay fairly subtle, and subtle, I should say, rather than settle. So that indeed is all part of a confidence build, and I would say I claim quite confidently that LDN has helped us enormously.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much for sharing your story with us.
It's my absolute pleasure, and all I would say is I'd love to wave the flag for LDN.
Thank you.